We're with one of my favorite people in Vermont, Chris Bailey, Vermont Smoke and Cure, and we are going to be making like meat bonanza frittata.
Yes.
I know it's like seasonal meat and vegetable frittata, but you know, scallions.
Scallions, potatoes.
When you make smoked meat, you think scallions. You're like, that is a vegetable. That is a full amount of vegetable.
That's right. That's for color.
Well, good. Well, let's get some potatoes started for this because that's going to take the longest. And why don't you walk us through the recipe? What we're going to be doing?
Sure. So it's a seasonal frittata, nice color, easy on a holiday morning, and you know, frittata. Beautiful thing about frittatas, you can put just about anything in them.
Yep.
And so we're going with two different colors of potatoes, white and purple. The chives, some Cabot cheddar, our ham, and our smoked pepperoni. It gives it a great little maroon, bright red flecks in there and a huge
plus
flavor.
That pepperoni is epic. It's just so yummy, 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 yummy. So
Quarter cup flavors the whole thing.
Yes. All right, so we got these potatoes in. We got, I mean, you got like local everything. You got local potatoes, local eggs, Stratford milk. You got your ham, your pepperoni, Cabot cheese.
Yeah, it's, again, the flexibility of the dish just makes it real easy, especially this time of year. All kinds of good local things.
All right, so let's, so we got these going. We'll let those cook as long as possible. How many eggs for this thing?
8 eggs.
All right.
I'm gonna fill up an 8-inch. That pan on the stove right there is what the frittata is gonna cook in.
Perfect. So what, you know, Vermont Smoke and Cure, how long have you guys been around?
This is our 50th year.
Yeah.
Roland Lefebvre started it back in 1962 in South Barry, and his son carried it on. It was Roland and Sons right through the mid-90s.
Yep.
And we're the kind of second ownership since then.
Yep.
And brought back the Vermont Smoke and Cure line in '06.
Nice.
With new graphics, and have been rolling since then.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's incredible. I mean, the first time I ever came to your plant to check it out, the thing that was just so mind-blowing to me was like it was in a gas station, like it was in the back of a gas station. You pulled up and you're like, you know, because you see the product everywhere. I mean, it's great. You guys employ a lot of people. The product is not only here, but it's all across the country, and it promotes that Vermont brand. I mean, it's remarkable. And you see that, and then you literally like show up to a gas station, and you're like, I'll take 5 gallons of gas, and then I guess I'll walk in here and take some pepperoni too.
It was pretty tight. We were finally able to move out of there back in May of this year, and in a much more spacious facility, and able to meet demand better. Yeah,
I mean, it's a beautiful state-of-the-art facility. I mean, you don't really see that type of thing in Vermont very often, but I mean, it is just a remarkable setup that you guys have down there.
Thanks.
And a remarkable crew. I mean, we dig them. All right, so we got our eggs, and then we got to put some milk in here.
Just a little bit of milk, maybe a quarter cup.
All right. All right, you want to start dicing that pepperoni?
Yes.
Okay.
So
what's the difference between your pepperoni and everybody else's pepperoni? Because it just tastes different.
Yes, we smoke it.
Yeah.
Corn cob and maplewood, which are the traditional Vermont smoke sources. You know, the Northwest has alder, and the South has hickory. Vermont, you know, 100 years ago, you smoked with what you had. You couldn't mail order your smoke chips. And so
it's a different world we live in now.
Yeah, and it was corn cobs.
Yeah.
Back then, and I've been out, you know, doing demos in stores, and folks in their 60s and 70s come up and talk about smoking in the backyard with their grandfather when they were kids, and they were using corn cobs.
And that's what's great about your products. I mean, the sausage, the hams, the bacon, like, it's really consistent. You know, those flavors, to me, are just so memorable. Yep. Well, let's talk a little bit, while you're dicing these up, let's talk a little bit about, you know, the 5 Knives program and what you do with local producers, because you've worked with local producers for a long time and really helped, especially a lot of pork producers, scale up.
Thanks. Yeah, so the 5 Knives is our brand of our locally sourced pork. It's currently all from one farm up in Franklin. Greg Finch, a tremendous farmer.
He is a machine.
On top of everything.
He is a systematic machine.
Yeah, very organized, and produces some beautiful pork.
Beautiful, beautiful pigs.
We're able to get all the hams, bellies, trim, and some of the fat back from those pigs. Goes into ham and bacon and sausages that you see in especially the co-ops and natural food stores around Vermont. And then we also do smoking as a service.
Yes, you do.
For farmers. And so both under USDA inspection and if you're just growing some pigs in the backyard and aren't going to be selling it to anyone, that's what gets called custom. And either way, we'll smoke it for you, package it up, give it back to you.
No, I mean, I know a ton of farmers that are, you know, they make their money at the farmer's market because people keep coming back and saying, your bacon's delicious. And, you know, they're bringing those pork bellies to you and getting the value-added product on the way out.
Yeah.
So do we throw the eggs in here now? Or what do we throw in here now?
We can pull that off and let it cool a little bit. Whoops, we've got more to go on the eggs.
All right.
So we got our Cabot cheddar from down the street and our chives. And our maple brined ham.
Yes.
You know, that's the other thing about our bacon, ham, Vermont maple syrup. Hundreds of gallons that we buy every year of that goes right in the brine. And then our smoked pepperoni. We'll
and if you want, when this whole thing's done, you can literally top it with like battered fried bacon too, and a pork sausage patty in between. Just in case you're on that Atkins diet.
Right. Just can't get enough.
All right. Now we dump in here?
Yes, please.
All right. Wow, that's some good looking stuff. Scrape that out.
You can kind of distribute that around to the...
All right. So those eggs are starting to cook up a little bit. And cast iron, for those of you who do not own a cast iron pan, shame on you. You know, if you cook and you love cooking with even heat, no matter how fancy that pan is that you got for your wedding, get rid of it, because nothing cooks like cast iron. It evenly displaces the heat, and the beauty of it is since you don't have that giant rubber handle, you can just go straight from the pan right to the oven. So should we throw it in the oven?
Let's do that.
All right. Oven should be at what temperature?
Actually, you know what? Sorry, we do actually want to, keep it on the stove for a little while.
Okay.
Let it start to set, and then we broil it to kind of finish it off at the end.
That works.
Yeah.
You guys your ham is just so much different from people who are used to like the regular commodity ham. It's just got really good texture.
Thanks.
You know, so how do you do that? I mean, like, is it just the whole process that you guys do is so much different than what we have? I mean, we've abused food for a long time, don't get me wrong. I mean, Americans know how to make cheap food cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. But the quality is terrible, and you guys make really high quality food and really beautifully smoked food. But the ham is like a night and day difference. How do you do it?
Starts right from the start. You know, we trim it, get it quite lean, and then when we're brining it, we don't actually want to just let that set up.
All right.
Yeah, just great. Sorry, and so we don't put in a ton of brine.
Yeah.
You know, other places will you know, put in 20%, 30%, 40% water into the ham before they smoke it.
Yeah.
And we're much, much lower than that. And so then when you get done with it, you don't have this soggy mess of ham. And they'll actually weigh more than when they started.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, food science technology is pretty, yeah.
You can manipulate things a lot.
Yeah.
But we actually end up below the starting weight.
That's pretty
and
cool.
So, and also just not a ton of salt.
Yeah.
You know, we want to taste that maple in the brine.
Yeah.
Taste the smoke, taste the pork.
And taste the high quality pork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, you know, people, I think we're ready. We're probably ready for the broiler.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll pull the broiled one out. Where can people find Vermont Smoking Cure?
Hopefully just about everywhere.
Yeah.
Big stores, small stores, all around Vermont.
That is good looking. I mean, that is. We're just going to set that here and see if we can get a camera shot on it. But that is perfect. Just absolutely delicious. It's now it's a little bit, you know, pulling in from the edges, and it's got that beautiful golden brown top. So do we get to eat it?
Yeah.
All right.
Cut some up here.
I mean, when you took over, did you ever imagine that it was going to be like this flagship brand for Vermont. The people out there all over the country, when they see Vermont Smoke and Cure, they're like, oh, I should really go ski in Vermont. Oh, I should really go have my wedding in Vermont.
I hadn't thought of that. You know, I guess would be, and if I had it, it would have been a long away dream. But you know, if that's what it seems like is happening, that's pretty great.
No, I think it's great. We'll do 2 slices, so you can have one and I can have one.
Right?
Shall we eat it up?
Yes.
All right.
I just want to show off the fun color and all the goodies in there.
That's great, and you can really taste that pepperoni in there too. I mean, that's just fantastic. And so, if you're running around this holiday season, you can make this and bring it. You can do this for holiday morning before presents and everything else. But if you're just running to a friend's house or something, grab some pepperoni, grab some sausages, bacon, best holiday gift ever. So make sure you check out Vermont Smoke and Cure if you haven't had it or haven't had it for a while. Just pick it up. It's a great quality product. And Chris,
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for always promoting Vermont.